Hello, everybody. We'll do a quick little study today. White to move and win. The pawn here is 2 steps away from promotion. It's not super hard this one, but it's kind of clever. So figured I will do a video about it. Okay, so I think now you can pause the video, think about this on your own, and see if you find the full variation where white is to move and win. Go ahead. Welcome back. Okay, so we need to protect this pawn somehow, of course, using our knight up here. Starting with a check gives a very bad position for white. We move away from our pawn. Black will attack our knight, and from there it's not coming anywhere because the rook is guarding everything here. So this is just pointless starting with that. Moving the knight closer doesn't give us much either. Black will play rook d8. He will come to b8 next move and attack our pawn and just sacrifice the rook for it. If we play rook a6 to cover here, it gives back time to just come closer with his king also, something like this. Perhaps here. And black can just do a waiting move, something like this. And go back. This is not going to get anything. We are not going to be able to promote this pawn. Okay, moving the king up to try to protect it. It's not giving much. Black can then play rook b4 directly, and he will attack this pawn next move, even if something like this happens, and put the knight in between. Well, king c5 comes now. He's attacking that, He's threatening a checkmate, and it seems that we don't have anything here other than perhaps trying to save a draw with the check here. So now the normal first move is the correct one. It's just push the pawn, which is the correct way to go ahead here. Now black has 3 options really: go down the rook trying to check from behind, or go to d8 and be prepared to sacrifice the rook here, or start with a check here. Let's go through all variations. Start with this. This is perhaps the main variation. Rook d8. He wants to put his rook on b8 and then just sacrifice the rook here. But now we have a beautiful move. And here it comes. Knight d6 check. We are sacrificing the rook. The knight. If black takes it, then we get the chance to promote, and we finish this with a queen versus a rook and wins in the end. And if black doesn't take, steady attacks with his king, well, then we can put our knight on c8. And now everything is prepared for us to just promote the next move. Black cannot do anything about that. So that was pretty easy if black comes to d8. Let's see what happens if it comes to d1. If we now promote to a queen, we are not going to win this because there will be a check, and there will be another check, and black will be able to take our queen. And this is just a draw, of course. So we have to do something else after rook d1. Can you see what? Well, here it comes. It's the same check. It's as good as in the other variation. Knight d6 check. Of course, black cannot take it. Then we promote. We looked at that. And if he attacks here, well, now we can promote to a queen. Because black will not be able to check from behind and take it. After the check, we come up to b6. Another check. And now we have the knight to put in between. And this is, of course, winning easily for white. So black will, after we push the pawn, he will try to give a check here, because that gives us the opportunity to make some mistakes here as white. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to choose from. Only one is winning. The rest of them is just a draw. So if we go down, if we go to b4, it's of course easy. For black, he can put his rook on. No, sorry, that's not the one here. He will put his rook on d8. And when we tried the same as before, the check, well, black will just move away the king, getting away from promotion. And when we put the knight on c8, the king is very badly placed here on b4, so rook d1 will come, and the next it will be rook b1 with a check, or even if we move our king, he will come to b1 anyway and just sacrifice here. So again, if we go down to a4 instead, it will be the same variation exactly, I would say. Move away. And of course, we have to put our knight here, otherwise black will play the rook to b8 next move. So it will be the same, and we go down, and not rook b1 directly, but first the check, and then the check. And then we lose the queen. So we have to go up. But if we go to a6, it's not good enough. Again, rook d8, the check comes, and then we take it with a check. I mean, not we. Black take back with a check, and then it will go back to d8, or perhaps even d7, pinning the pawn. And we will have to settle for a draw. So after the check here, we will have to go to b6. And now it seems like it's the same variation. We give a check here, and black takes it with a check, but then we can play king c7, and now we protect both squares here, so black cannot do anything about our queen. He has to move down, and when we promote and the check, then we will escape in this direction, and we keep the queen. And really, after we go here, if we try something else, like playing the rook down to d1 perhaps, again we will give it a check first, and when black moves the king, either if he attacks the knight or goes away, doesn't really matter, we will just promote. And when the check comes, we will be able to put our knight in between, and here we also get a discovered check for some tempo, but anyway, of course, it's winning for white. Okay, that's the full study here. Let's do a small recap. We push the pawn first. Either black goes up here or here when we answer knight to d6 check, or if it checks with the king with the rook first, we go up to b6, and the next move for us will be the knight to d6. So this is really the key move. We have to find the knight d6 sacrifice with a check and the tempo win. All right, thank you everybody for watching this video. I'll see you again tomorrow for something else. Bye bye till then.